Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to Global Impromptu Speaking, session number 183rd. Thank you so much for joining in today and becoming a regular family member of Global Impromptu Speaking. It's going to be 183rd success. This product is a byproduct of lockdown or COVID-19. Thanks to COVID-19, at least we have something special in our life, where we are meeting regularly thrice a week, every Friday, Sunday, and Wednesday, 8 p.m. UAE time. UAE means Dubai time, UAE United Arab Emirates. Thank you so much for joining every time and helping us become a better communicator than the previous version. In this meeting, you will be speaking for at least 1 minute, maximum 2 minutes and 30 seconds. This meeting is being recorded and will be uploaded on social media. And if you like to watch out at least your version for your better improvement, please go click the link on YouTube. I will share this link on our regular Global Impromptu uh, WhatsApp group. You can at least watch your own version to improve and see how do you do and how you can get better in next version. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to manage your time by yourself with estimate in your head, 1 minute at least and 2 minutes 30 seconds maximum. With that, today our host, our topics master is very own, a professional lady, a doctor by profession, and very supportive to this channel. She has been supporting a lot to at least find us topics master every point in time. And she's the boss. You can say that. Let me tell you one thing. There's one more big boss, Toastmaster Ajay sir, and she is another boss, lady boss, and she owns it. With her support, we have been running all sessions very successfully. Thank you so much, Dr. Farida. With that, let's put our hands together to welcome Dr. Farida as the topics master of today's meeting. Over to you, Dr. Farida.
Thank you very much. Good evening to my global impromptu family members. Today is the 4th of August. It also happens to be the birthday of one famous personality who is my personal favorite. Yes, everybody knows about Tom Cruise, but it's not him. It is Mr. Barack Obama. He happens to be one of my favorite personalities in the current time, and everybody knows who he is. He was the ex-president of the United States of America. Today is his birthday, and I would like to wish him a very happy birthday, sir. So what he always said was that change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We are the persons who've been waiting for. And this is one of his quotes which has always inspired me. And with that, I would like to begin this session with the first uh, uh, Toastmaster who joined this meeting. We will go sequential wise. And the first one would be TM Savita. TM Savita, could you unmute yourself, please?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Perfectly clear, loud and clear. So here's the topic for you, TM Savita. We are the change that we seek. We are the change that we seek. TM Savita.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Dr. Farida, and my greetings to everyone present here. Yes, whatever we seek, change, we bring it in. And to bring that change, where does it start? It starts in our thoughts. The beginning is in our mind. We want that change. We have to bring that change. Without thinking, actions will not take place. So our thinking, our thoughts have to be flexuous so that it goes in any direction. And then we come to a point, yes, this change we need. And mind and body starts acting or working hard towards that direction to get that thing. Our focus has to be there. And we are the change that we see. Who has to change? We ourselves have to change. No one else. Yes, we can get inspiration from people. We can get examples from people around us. But the beginning of that change, we have to bring in from our side, from our inside. See my example. When I joined Toastmaster, I was so scared of this impromptu speech. And I used to, really avoid going there. But when, fortunately, DTM Amjad Ali started this forum, can you believe I am the first one to now attend? Because I wanted a change in me to improve this speech, this speaking impromptu. I wanted that change. So that thought came in my mind and I worked on that. And then today I feel more confident than 3 or 4 years back. I agree totally, Dr. Farida. We are the change that we say. And we have to bring it in our practice, with our hard work, with our intention to do that. Thank you. And back to you, Dr. Farida.
Very well said, very well said. Fantastic speech, TM Savita. The next speaker for tonight that I would like to invite is TM Akshay. TM Akshay, could you unmute yourself, please? TM Akshay Gyoni.
Yes, I'm there. Doctor, I'm there.
The topic for you tonight is the future rewards those who press on. The future rewards those who press on.
The feature reward those who are pressed on, right? Okay.
Who press on, who keep going.
Yes. Okay. प्रयास करो तो सब कुछ संभव है. It's saying in Hindi, which means if you are going to try something good, nothing is impossible in our life. Everything is possible. Good evening, my fellow Gavaliers and some of the Toastmasters guests and Global Impromptu family members. Yes, if you want to achieve anything in your life, you should not take lightly. You should take seriously. Then only you can achieve your goals in your life. For example, tomorrow, if I want to become a district champion of table topic contest, I should not say like I'll sit and I'll attend meeting and just like audience I'll sit. It doesn't make any sense. You have to volunteer for the table topics. Same way for the international speech contest. It's one of the higher level contests. You have to practice more for the international speech contest to win the world champion. You should not sit idle and you should listen the other speakers. You should keep in mind and you should practice a lot to win the championship, world championship, I like to say. And this really inspires me as I was a Toastmaster, I was to just sit like audience. But now I thought, one day I want to become a district champion of table topics or evaluation or that's why I'm trying my level best to achieve my goal. And one day I hope I'll be the district champion of public speaking. What do you mean to say, Dr. Farida, on this? Thank you. Back to you.
God willing, for sure. The next speaker for tonight would be Cavalier Sushant. Cavalier Sushant.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. And visible as well. The topic for you tonight is I chose my friends carefully. I chose my friends carefully. The word of the day is flexuous.
I chose friends carefully, right? Happy afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and everyone present over here. I chose my friends carefully. There are friends. Every one of us is friend to each other. Oh, I forgot. Belated Friendship Day to everyone. The thing over here is that friends, the real friends who I'm really talking about, are someone who really the initiative, has something in mind that I should also learn, but my friend should learn more than me. That's what a true friend is all about. There are friends, they say, I am your best friend. They will know a thing, but they will not share. I'm not talking about that point. But thinking that he should not grow. I'm the one who should grow. I'm the one who should win everything. He's a friend, but not a good one. You can have him. Learn something new from him, because everyone is born with something new, right? Everything does not have everything. Everyone, it is being separated to each and every single people on the world. You be friend with him. You ignore him whenever it is required. You be happy with him. You spend time with him whenever it is required. So what I'm saying is that don't go too much, but have a limit for yourself, right? Everyone has a limit. Let's put the limit. Let's build up a wall. See that we do not close it completely with cement. Let's make a door open. Whenever we need him, whenever we need them, we will surely be able to go to them, get something from them, and come back. Because everyone are really useful in everything, right? And indeed to say, I have a few friends like them. But I was so, at the first place, I was so much surprised to see the way they acted. That's when I slowly understood. Friends are of two types, just like how I said right now. The one who really trusted you and also wants you to come first. Though he knows everything, he shares everything with you. He wants both of us to go to the first place. That's what a real friend is. You can share with him anything. He will share with you in return. Thank you. Over to the table topic master.
Fantastic, fantastic. The next speaker for tonight that I would like to invite is TM Umar. I can't hear you.
Okay, मेरा नंबर आ गया इतनी जल्दी.
Because you joined in early.
Okay.
Would you like to take the topic now? Is it okay?
Yes, I know, of course. बात पहले भी कर, बाद में भी करनी है.
So this is the Barack Obama Day, and we are celebrating his birthday by talking about his quotes and expressing our thoughts on them. So one of his quote is, "Where you start should not determine where you end up. Where you start should not determine where you end up." That is a good topic for you tonight.
Okay. So normally Dr. Farida plays devil's advocate to my topics, but today I thought I should take a revenge. So I will also play the devil's advocate and I go against the topic. Where you start should not determine where you will end up. It all depends on you, wherever you are in the moment. I totally disagree with this topic. It's not about where you start. You will determine where you choose to go. What is your goal? What is your destination you want to go to? Because it's all a journey. There are different milestones. There are different, we can say, motels are there. You're going to stop there. That is not going to be the beginning. Those are the things that are becoming your stepping stone towards where you want to reach. It's all about your belief system, where you put your mind to. What are the things that you are focused on? Because you will be distracted by a lot of things. Oh, I want to start from here. No, I want to start from there. No. There are a lot of options are there. There are a lot of distractions. Starve your distractions, feed your focus. Because if you are focused, you will go to your destination, where you will end up where you wanted to end up. That is your goal. Your goal should drive you, not where you are actually right now. Because if you are truly motivated and truly you have that drive in you, you will go to the place where you belong to. Because success is measured by the inner satisfaction you get, and that inner satisfaction is your greatest motivator, not the place where you are starting from. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you very much. The next speaker for tonight is TM Anushari. TM Anushari. Have you back. The topic for you tonight is steer clear of this poverty of ambition. Steer clear of this poverty of ambition. And what it basically means is you should realize your full potential. That is the topic. Take it away. TM Anushari.
Good evening, my impromptu family and friends. So I'm back. Yes. The topic is very long, but I will start because I cannot repeat that. The thing is, as today is Barack Obama's birthday, and he wrote his autobiography, Barack Obama, Dreams from My Father. So when you have a dreams, definitely you should not stick for the list. You have to go on and on. When you have what the topic, ma'am, you said the last thing, poverty of
ambition, that people are
poverty
not
of ambitions.
poverty of ambition.
Yeah. So you should not have this kind of a thing. You just confine yourself or think in just some walls, some biases and all these things. You have to just go on and on because life is so fluctuous. It gives you curves, it gives you so many barriers, but the life is just when you are on and on, going on and on. So so today I'm actually running out of words because after a long time I'm coming here. Let me get into that, and thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Well spoken. The next speaker for tonight is Babu Gupta.
Yes, good evening, Tasma.
Good evening, Babu Gupta. The topic for you tonight is let's seek to heal rather than to wound each other. Let's seek to heal rather than to wound each other. Take it away, TM Babu Gupta.
Do we really do this? Whenever something happens to someone, we always say that yes, we are sorry that what has happened to you. Let me give a small example that in my entity also, when there was a lot of pandemic and COVID crisis throughout the country, especially in my state and in my city, some of my employees did not used to wear the face mask at that time also. One of them got that virus, and when the news came, the others who used to wear that mask, they said that yes, he deserves this. He deserved it. So when he came back, they said that we are so much happy to have you back among us. But in reality, from our hearts, we do not heal. We always give wounds, and that is the most pathetic thing in world. Everyone will wound you with your words, but in his soul or in his mind, is he really wounding you? Oh, sorry, healing you? Or he just is showing that he wants to heal you up? He is wounding you from inside of his heart. So if we do not get out of this attitude, we can never wound anyone in reality or properly, because I do not believe in fake healing. I will rather like someone who will say that yes, I will wound you, but I will stay away from that person who will say me that I am going to heal you, but in the back of his mind, he wants to wound me. Thank you, and back to you, Toby.
Well spoken, Babu Gupta. The next speaker for tonight is TM Sharman.
Yes, madam.
Good evening. So the topic for you tonight is money is not the only answer. Money is not the only answer, but it makes a difference. Money is not the only answer, but it makes a difference. Take it away, TM Sharman.
Madam, table topic master and global interference, and money is not everything. That's correct. sometimes people go behind money and do more hard work and neglecting your family life or the social life or relations. And when it comes to, if you in trouble or the sickness, there's no person to help. And if you're going behind money only, so if you neglect your family life, the one day or someday you have to be with your family. But in this present situation, I can say a little bit difference. People who have saved money and can earn money can survive in this situation. Because actually, if you get sick or infected, if you have money only, you can go and hospitalize. The way things are happening in Sri Lanka also, I can see people, the cost of living, and due to this COVID and inflation, the economy is not doing well, and dollar against rupee is going up, dollar is depreciating, and because of that reason, all the cost of living is very high. So people who can survive, who can get good food, healthy food, or hospital bills, pay hospital bills or any other things, luxury vehicles or any other things, they have save money also there. So if you now if you go behind money, you will lose your friends also. So you have to spend money whenever things happen in your family matter or any other thing. You have to spend money. For that, actually, you are spending money. You have to earn money. But in this case, I'm going to tell you, you have to earn the people also, not only money. And here, the global interference, we all are like friends and like family friends. So because of our connection and each other people sharing your what do you call this, happiness things. So because of that reason, we are like friends and we are not going behind money. That's why we all are coming and participating in the impromptu speaking sessions. You can in this time you can earn some money and you can do any online business or other things. So we want to have some friends and networking and get some knowledge. So over to you, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Love you too. The next speaker for tonight is TM Santosh. TM Santosh.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. So the topic for you tonight is no one has lifetime employment, but a college degree provides lifetime employability. No one has lifetime employment, but a college degree provides lifetime employability. Take it away, TM Santosh.
Thank you, Tabletop Master. Good evening to all of you. No one has lifetime employment. That is for sure, because we are living in the world where till the time our hands and legs work, we can work physically. We are generally considered as a workable employees. Okay, workable employees. But that is the reason why we have limits for the retirement, 60 or 65, after which new blood has to come in, and old blood, which is because of the physical condition not able to continue, phase out. But a college degree provides employability. This is the concept has brought by our all forefathers who has brought this education system and all. I'm not against that, but the main factor, if you see, many of the people who have succeeded in the life, like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and so many, they had no big degrees. They dropped out from the college and universities. Why? Because they knew their talent is far better, far ahead than whatever education system. What giving a channel, it is giving a way in which all of the kids has to go through. Whether the kid has some different type of capability, there are different types of kids, and some of the kids have the good memory and they can excel in the current education system. But some children who have skills other than that, like leadership quality or something else, they cannot excel in the current system. They have to all has to go through the same system. But in future, when they come into the job market, what we see is the people who are academically best are not always going to succeed in the life, because for the life every day there is a different exam, and you have to have a different skills, you have to have a different mindset and knowledge and experience. So that doesn't come from the university degrees. That is my take on it. But overall, if we consider everything, we have to run this population with the working condition, sorry, in the current business conditions, then we have to have some system, and that is why the college systems and education systems are there, and that is how the world is working. So I'm a little bit against of the topic that college degree is okay, but that is not everything. Over to you, table topic master. Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Thank you very much for your take. The next speaker for tonight is TM Sunita. Good evening. The word of the day tonight is flexuous, and we are celebrating Barack Obama's birthday by talking about his quotes and expressing our thoughts on it. So Sunita, this is the quote for you. See God in other people. See God in other people. Take it away. TM Sunita.
Good evening, Global Impromptu family members. Good evening, table topic master, Dr. Farida. See God in other people. Absolute truth. In each of us, there is a God. In the Hindu philosophy, those of you who have said Tattvamasi, which means you are that, in the sense there is God in you also, and there is God in everybody. And once we realize that, we will treat everyone as equal. Now, why is there so many problems in the world? It is basically because we do not see God in others. We believe everything, all goodness is within us, and we are ready to run down others on the basis of caste, color, social status, economic status. In all these ways, we think we are superior to others, or some other, few are superior and few are inferior. If we start believing that we are all the same, we come from the soil and we are going back into the soil, and we all have goodness in us, there is God in us, then all the problems in this world will be solved. It's because we think that we are having certain goodness and the others are bad. We don't see the good in them. If we see the God in them, we will realize that it is the situations, circumstances that make them behave in such a way. So for us to realize that people behave because of their circumstances, we have to see the good, the God in them. So there is God in everybody. That has to be the first thing. If we start believing, the world will be the most beautiful place that it should have been. Over to you, Toastmaster Farida.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Well said. Well said. The next speaker for tonight is TM Naveed. Naveed Siddiqui. Good evening, Naveed. The topic for you tonight is no one has the monopoly on wisdom. No one has the monopoly on wisdom. Take it away. TM Naveed.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master, and good evening to all of you. Topic for me today is no one has monopoly on wisdom. Well, I just recall one story about there was a little guy, and it started from somewhere that there was one person going in the forest, and there was dark. In the night, there was whole dark. Nothing was seeable. So then he saw one light, and it was roaming. It was actually going here and there. So because it was dark in the night and he was unable to find the road even, also the path. So he actually wanted to see what is this light. So at the last, when he found, it was a little guy. He was having a lamp and he was going here and there. And when he asked him why you are uh, having this lamp and you are wandering in the night and it is a dark, even the moon is not there. He said that because it is dark night and even people cannot see in this forest, so I'm here to help people to find the path. So it was a little guy who was thinking big that how to give path to someone. It was a wisdom in him. It was a knowledge, a kind of contribution from himself in this age. So it was a wisdom in himself. So when we see that wisdom is not with the people who are means who are we compare the wisdom with the age. Sometimes it's not come with the age. It's come with difficulties. Whenever people have many difficulties in life, whenever you find that I am unable to see the road, it means that you are getting at least a wisdom. So that was my take. Thank you very much, Master.
Well spoken, well spoken. I always enjoy a good story. So the next speaker for tonight is TM Naveen. TM Naveen Parpal.
Yeah.
Hello. Good evening. So the word of the day is flexuous, and the topic for you tonight is trivial things become big distractions. Trivial things become big distractions. Take it away. TM Naveen.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I fully agree that there are small things which make perfection in life, but perfection is not a small thing. Yes, it is the small things in life which cause big distraction. And of course, these are the things which we should avoid in order to have better quality time, in order for us to progress in life, and in order to be more productive. Let me give you an example. One of the biggest detoxification which is required these days is not really a health or medical detoxification. It is actually digital detoxification. Because digital detoxification is such which even you will agree that most of us are addicted to. The first thing that we do in the morning is that we're going to be checking our mobile phones. Okay, so who has messaged me? What's going on in the world in the morning? And what has happened? And we're going to search all the news channels, all our WhatsApp messages. And that's going to be the last thing which we're going to leave at night time. Yes, this has become one of the key hindrances, and it's one of the key reasons why family lives are getting disturbed in the past decade. Most of us do not enjoy or cherish those times which we used to have, which I used to have at least during my younger days, when all these things were not there. Yes, we could meet each other physically. We used to cherish meeting each other, and there was no distraction. But now, whenever our close ones or the near and dear ones or my cousins meet, we're all at the screen, and half the time we're talking. We're not totally focused on what is really happening because of all these distractions which are taking place. And let me tell you, these distractions are increasing day by day. Initially, there used to be only one device. Now there are, like in front of me, I've got 4 devices in front of me right now. An iPad, my 2 mobile phones for 2 countries, and of course my laptop. So of course, I too am a victim of it, and I'm not saying that I'm a virtuous person, but the thing is, these distractions have to be controlled, and the biggest detoxification required is digital detoxification. And unless and until these things are not removed, you cannot really have a productive time. So let's start focusing on things which can really build up your skills. I'll just give you an example. For example, I noticed that I had a passion of learning music and singing ever since childhood, but I could never do it. So I realized, why the hell do I need all these distractions? Why don't I focus on the core things, or use these things for learning music and singing? So I'm using this to the optimum, and I'm taking and I've just started taking a course from last week remotely on Zoom from a voice trainer, a vocal trainer, a singer who is based out there in India, and I'm using it up to the best. So it depends on how you take the technology. You can use it as a distraction, or you can use it in a productive way. The choice is yours. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed your speech, TM Naveen. The next speaker for tonight that I would like to invite is Samriddhi. Gavalier Samriddhi. Hi. Could you speak a little louder?
Yeah, good evening.
This is better. This is better. So the topic for you tonight, sweetheart, is take off your bedroom slippers, put on your marching shoes. Take off your bedroom slippers, put on your marching shoes. Take it away. Gavalier Samriddhi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and of course, my dear guests. So the topic for me is take off your bedroom slippers and put on your marching shoes. I think this topic is so much like relatable to every person in quarantine right now, because everyone's been so lazy and unproductive in quarantine. Not even just days, it's been months where we have gone like without having to do any work. Even me, during the start of the quarantine, I literally stopped doing all the things, especially online classes. I just took them like they were nothing, and I didn't even note down the notes. And I still don't sometimes, but those are the days where I feel very lazy and lethargic, and I just don't want to get out of my bed. But those days, I think to myself, what is the point in wasting my day like this? What is the point in being unproductive and not doing anything in my life? If I just have to be lazy, why not do it in a productive way? Because there's being lazy, but still you can be productive even while resting, even while being in the bed. For examples, while you're scrolling through social media while laying in the bed, you can start reading books, you can start reading stuff that's similar to your interests. You can just explore new hobbies. And to be honest, I'd recommend not being lazy, but if you have to start from the baby steps, because you can be productive even while being lazy. But I'd recommend not being lazy while being productive. And I've actually started that now. I now make a to-do list for every day, and I try to complete everything on the list for that day, that particular day. And if I don't finish that thing, then I regret it a bit, but then I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm going to do it tomorrow. There's always tomorrow. Of course, we don't have to waste time, but if it didn't happen and it wasn't that important, then it's fine. There's always tomorrow to start it. And because of this technique, I think I've started being a lot more productive. Like even today, I've actually studied and I even answered in my online classes, which is a huge achievement. And I know a lot of people have anxiety because of the quarantine. But if you put like even try putting yourself a bit out there, maybe it will start being okay. Because even I started having anxiety, even though I was a huge extrovert in before quarantine. I was so happy around new people. I was never shy. But when quarantine happened, I started being so anxious. But now I'm taking baby steps. I'm answering in online classes, and that is helping me, honestly. That's helping me not be that lazy. And to be honest, making a to-do list is a really good way. And there are other techniques such as Pomodoro techniques and stuff like that. Even doing your hobbies is actually productive. It's not that you have to work or study particularly to be productive. You can even start up new hobbies like playing the keyboard or anything like that. So yeah, I'll say small steps make a huge difference. And yeah, start doing something that you won't regret the next day. Thank you, and over to you.
Well spoken, well spoken. The next speaker for tonight is another one of my personal favorites, Bandana. Bandana.
Yeah, hi. Yeah.
Hi, Bandana. Oh, I thought you were Bandana Jain. Sorry, but you're very sweet too. It's okay.
No
I
problem.
will give you a topic. So today the word of the day is flexuous. Hopefully you will try to use it. Bandana, the topic for you is a good compromise is like a good piece of music. A good compromise is like a good piece of music. Take it away. TM Bandana.
A good compromise. Who wants to do compromise in life? I guess no one. Everyone loves to live the way they are and be real to themselves and to the world out there. But even if life throws a symphony, a music to you where you have to act in accordance with your team members, with your family members, to be acceptable, sociable, likable, we do make compromises. Since very early in life, we have started making compromises in our lives, isn't it? It's still in today's date also, in today's times also, we are making compromises by staying back at home to make sure that our loved ones, some elderly people outside, don't get infected because of our carelessness. Doesn't this line very rightly appropriates this entire scenario? A good compromise is like a good music. Oh yes, it is. Because right now I am making a compromise. I am making a toll on my health, on my mental peace, and my commitments, my desires of going out and doing a trek with my friends. But despite all this, I'm living a good life. I'm letting others live a good life. I am walking the talk of live and let live. So I am making a good compromise for my own good sake, for your good sake, and for everyone's good sake. Why, for heaven's and God's sake, shall I compromise myself? I am doing a good job, and I believe that all out there also is making a good compromise with their lives, be it at their workplace, be it with their family, be it with their friends. We all are making, and let's continue to do so, because it's not wrong to say that a good compromise is definitely a good music to our ears, to our everyone around us. With this, I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Farida. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Fantastic, fantastic, Vandana. The next speaker for tonight is TM Prashant.
Yeah, Preeta ma'am, I'm here. Yes.
Good evening. The topic for you tonight is I don't care if you're driving an SUV or a hybrid. If you're heading for a cliff, it's time to change directions.
Yeah. So good evening, my global importer friends. For me, the topic is just
this is exactly what Barack Obama said. I don't care if you're driving an SUV or a hybrid. If you're headed for a cliff, you have to change directions.
So yeah, I'm very much aligned with this topic. Are you driving SUV or are you driving any other car? Till the time your direction is fixed and your destiny is planned, so it doesn't matter which vehicle are you going for. It is just very much related with our life as well. Sometimes in this materialistic world, we are thinking we got so many goals, we need something different, Mercedes, Royal, lots of cars are available and sometimes feel very enticing to us. And I wish I could have same things to us. But at the same time, but if you plan your journey to reach somewhere, so that means it doesn't matter are you going with the Maruti 800 or are going with the Rolls Royce. It is just to one key. Basically, you have to reach the destination. How you plan your journey, and in the same way, if you are satisfied either with the Rolls Royce or either with the Maruti 800, then this is suffice your problem. This is suffice your, what you need. So it's up to us how you create a balance between the materialistic world and what we need at the same time, and become happy, and we don't worry about what other people have and what everyone is looking for. That's over to you, Farida ma'am.
Well spoken, well spoken. The next speaker for tonight is guest Akib, TM Akib.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Can we have an open video, please?
1 second, ma'am.
Thank you so much. So the topic for you tonight is change is never easy and never quick. Change is never easy and never quick. Take it away. TM Akib. You're muted. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, Farida ma'am, for giving me this opportunity. Change is never easy, never quick. Am I right? With the topic name, ma'am?
Change is, yes, change is never easy and never quick. That is your topic.
Thank you. Well, I believe it's so true we have lot of experiences, our own experiences, wherein we feel like there is no need of change. I am at already comfortable level. Even if I make an effort, does it make a change? Does it bring something good to me? And then you keep procrastinating about your journey. So as the earlier speaker told about life, how whether you are moving on which car, it doesn't matter. The journey matters, and what is the end destination. If end destination is not right, then you have to change the road. Same applies here as well. When we get comfortable, we don't want to get out of that comfort zone. We are always like, no, let it be. Why to make an extra effort? But that is where we get stuck. We are blinded by people. So I'll just give an anecdote from my own personal life. So I was working in a company. I started my career. The goal was to learn something and give some other exams and to move my profile into another division. When I started, I was little bit focused on that. I was giving my bit every night. I was studying for that examination and for that division. Slowly, gradually, I started getting comfortable. So whatever parameters, whatever things we were doing in my office, I got comfortable and things became easy for me. So when I was going to office, now I don't have to work for entire 8 hours. I will work for 3 hours, and 5 hours I can rest. In those 5 hours, I was totally non-productive, and I didn't want to change myself. Slowly, I wasted my 5 years, precious 5 years. And when I look back, I see that there were opportunities where I could have done certain changes and I could have improved myself, but I didn't do. And now that I realized and I changed my division and I've moved to another company, I'm putting all my efforts to, not get comfortable. So whenever I feel like now I'm getting comfortable, now this part of job is done and I'm very much set in this way, I'm changing the ways and slowly moving into other direction. So that's about the topic. Handing over the stage back to Farida ma'am.
Thank you very much. Well spoken, well spoken. The next speaker for tonight is TM Geeta. TM Geeta Kashyap.
Yeah.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
So the topic for you tonight is we don't fear the future, we shape it. We don't fear the future, we shape it. Word of the day is flexuous. Take it away, TM Geeta.
Yeah, there's no need to fear the future. Let us live in the present. Don't be worried about what happened in the past. Don't keep regretting about the past. Don't worry about the future because we cannot change the future. What we can do is try our best. We are living in the present. Let us do the best we can in our present life. There are lots and lots of fluctuations in life. Life is not always smooth. It keeps changing. So if we work hard today, if we do our best today, we can make our future bright and beautiful. And that is what is important for everybody. On the other hand, I find number of people going to the astrologer and they want to know their future. What is the point of knowing your future? Why? There are people who die a number of times before their death. The famous quote from Julius Caesar, a coward dies a number of times before his death, and a brave whaler dies only once. So it is okay. Why do we need to know about our future? Let us live in the present. Let's try to make the best out of it. If you work hard, you can achieve your goal. You can know, it's true that we have to fix a goal. It's true that we have to have an aim. Otherwise, we are like a ship without a rudder. Have the goal and don't worry about the destination. Make your journey pleasant. Make your journey as pleasant as possible. Work hard. Try to absorb whatever beautiful things that you absorb in, that you watch in the journey. The beautiful seaside, the grasslands, the pastures, whatever you find in the journey, absorb it and try to make the best of it. And of course, when your journey is beautiful, the destination is certainly going to be even more beautiful. So all the time, if you're cribbing and fighting and worrying about the future, and you're making your journey unhappy, and so will your future be. So again, I would like to repeat, don't worry about the future. Make the best out of what you are, the present time, and never bother what happened in the past. Your present is the best. Work hard, aim for the best, and you will achieve your goal. Thank you. Back to you, Farid.
Thank you so much. That was fantastic, Geeta. The next speaker for tonight is TM Umair. TM Umair. Hello, good evening. The topic. Good evening. The topic for you tonight is we are not fragile people. We are not fragile people. Take it away. TM Umair.
Okay, thank you for the nice topic. What I can understand from the topic is that my topic, the topic given to me is that we are not fragile people, which means that we are not weak people. We are strong people. So, for example, if you look at the current situation, we are having we are having a pandemic. But what is important is that we should not consider ourselves vulnerable or very much weak against the pandemic. We should consider ourselves as a strong, and that we are not which means that we are not fragile. We cannot be easily broken. We cannot be easily destroyed, or we cannot be easily a target of the pandemic. But we should consider ourselves strong, but within the scientific, not strong out of the scientific limits or out of the science, should not kind of a vulnerable person, but within the limits of science and within the limits of the science. And for example, if we aside from the pandemic, if we look at the other examples, like if you are if you go on a journey to some new place or some place that you're not already familiar. So if you consider yourself very weak or a kind of person that you couldn't handle, then you will have a low confidence. I mean, to be so we should not before any expedition or any new journey, we should not consider ourselves that we are going to fail. We should consider that we're going to go through that successfully. So that is another example that we are not fragile, we are strong, and we can also overcome new adventures and new journeys. And this is second example, and we can take another third example, that for example, if you are learning something, I mean, if you are learning, for example, if you want to learn some new language, so we should consider ourselves that we should be that we are capable enough to learn a new language or new skill, and we are not fragile again, that we are strong in even that if somebody for example, if you are learning a new language and if something happened wrong, if something happens wrong, that should not hurt you. I mean, if, for example, if you are learning something new and somebody you got some initially maybe we will not get a good result, so then we should that initial result should not hurt our passion or our like kind of motivation to learn a new skill or new language, and we should continue our learning a new skill or new language with full devotion. And this again suggests that we are not a fragile, we are strong, and whenever we want to learn something new, we are able to overcome the difficulties and not to be demotivated by early failures or something. And or so because I'm first time joining, so I don't know how much time I have, but I think I already taken sufficient time. So with this, I would like to conclude my talk, and I want to give the control back to the Toastmaster, to the table topic master, Madam Madam Farida. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Farida. That's my name. Thank you. So the next speaker for tonight is TM Deepa. Deepa, she's my personal favorite. Deepa, you're my favorite. You're awesome. And I really look forward to hearing your speeches. So this is what Barack Obama said. Not many folks spend a lot of time trying to be excellent. So we need to internalize the idea of excellence. This is the topic for you tonight. We need to internalize the idea of excellence. Word of the day is flexuous. Take it away. TM Deepa.
How many of you have heard of the legendary music director A.R. Rahman? Raise of hands. He's the Mozart of Madras, and his life has a story to tell us about what expertise means. He lost his father at the age of 9. His father was a music director, and his family was left on its own, and he had to provide for it. So he was taken into music studios every night, and he would play the piano and be with the senior directors all night, playing with them. And the very next morning at around 6, he would be ferried to his school. His mother would just get him into his uniform and push him to the school. Naturally, he didn't do well in school, and he didn't have many friends. He got bullied, and he was having an awful time in school. But one thing that was happening in the background was he was picking up on different styles of music, learning from different experts throughout his life. And what happened as a result of it? From the age of 10 to the age of 25, and then he started producing his own masterpieces, to begin with the Roja and the Bombay. Just think of the number of songs we play and how we celebrate life with his music and relive those emotions of life. And that expertise came because he internalized things over a long period of time. It didn't come easy. It came forced. but we could learn something from it. How about we incorporate it as a choice? How about we make it a habit to learn every day, sustained efforts, and internalize all the expertise around us and develop our own style and become our own legends ourselves. Over to Toastmaster Farida.
Fantastic. On the dot. Fantastic. Loved it. The next speaker for tonight is TM Vibha.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. The topic for you tonight is we should realize that it's not my way or the highway. We should realize that it's not my way or the highway.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farida, table topic master. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the Global Impromptu family members. I think half of the meaning I could got it, but I will try to reach out it. It would be good if you type in the chat box.
Realize that it's not my way or the highway.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Realize it's not my way or it's a highway. We can get it in different ways. It's up to you what you want to do and what you want to achieve. It's your way or it's others' way you are inculcating in by yourself. So if we are getting the way from the experienced person, from the great man, that is the easier way to reach out to the goal. But if we try ourselves, it takes time, it takes effort. One day, slowly and gradually, we reach out to that target. Why? Because we are willful. We are there consistent. We are consistent and we have to reach that goal, and we are the aspirant. So if we have a way, ready-made way, that is most welcome. But if we have to make a way, that is also welcomed. There was a person, his name was Manji in India. Once he had to take his wife to the hospital, and on the way there was a big mountain, and he had to take a long route to the hospital. And till that time he reached the hospital, his wife died due to some diseases. So he tried to make a way for many of the residents of that area by digging up the mountain slowly and gradually. It took 30 years. It's not a small deal. It's really a big deal. But one day he made things possible what he had in his mind, and he thought about giving. He thought about the society. He thought about his country. So he thought about his country, and finally he gave to the society, and he has become a proud person of this country. So hats off to that person, and he has given many motivations to many youth and many people and many children. So over to you. Thank you, Toastmaster Farida.
Fantastic. Good job. So the next, the last but not the least, TTM Amjad Ali.
Yes, Doctor, I'm here.
So the word of the day is flexuous. We hope to hear it from you. And the topic for you tonight is, this is our moment. This is our time. This is our moment. This is our am.
Thank you so much, Madam Topics Master. This is our moment. This is our time, ladies and gentlemen. Past is not going to come back. Don't cry. Future has no guarantee. Don't wait for it. This is the time we can literally enjoy. I've talked about reality in many of my speeches. The reality is we are missing the reality. We live in dreams, we live in imaginations, we live in long term future planning, but we forget to live the moment now. And actually, now is something which builds our future if we want to build in case. We don't, of course, minus our discount future. Of course, we have to plan our upcoming generations. But the moment, the time we are living in right now, if that is minus, that is discounted for the sake of making better future, I think that's not wow moment. That's not something to be appreciated. A lot of people ask me, what have you planned for your kids? For their studies or for anything which is materialistic? I tell them they will make it. The reason is I know my past. I'm coming from a very humble background. I did not go to a very good school. I did not go to a very good college. I was very average student. I reached somewhere. That was the struggle. That was the actually hard way. If I am able to reach somewhere coming from nowhere, that means these kids are quite blessed. They have much more than what we used to even imagine. So they will have their own path. If still they don't get the path, what they are dreaming for, that means this is not they have worked for. I want them to enjoy the moment they are living in right now, not to be ungrateful for the things they are blessed with or surrounded by. They have to compare themselves with people who are deprived, but they never have to compare themselves with things to lose their identity. This is what I always tell them, try to inculcate. It was inculcated in my blood, in my body from my earlier generations, from my parents. They told us, not literally told that, but they showed us. Enjoy your moment, enjoy the now time. This is your moment, ladies and gentlemen. Don't waste your energy, money, planning, or today's time to make your future better, but at least enjoy this much, what you have. Because we have no idea how many people are deprived or they are imagining what we are living right now. They are wishing for what we are living right now. So I plead you all, I implore you all, please, this is the moment, this is the time. Live it. It's not going to come back. Back to you, madam.
Fantastic. With that, I hand over the podium back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Farida, for conducting this beautiful, elating session. Ladies and gentlemen, who would like to take the privilege to give a topic to Dr. Farida? Anybody? Okay, Naveed. Naveed, you raised hand. Please go ahead and give a topic to Dr. Farida.
Topic is easy in sentence, but it could have good deep meaning. Topic for you is listen with your eyes, not just with your ears. Listen with your eyes, not just with your ears. Take it away, Madam.
A very good evening to my global impromptu family members. Listen with your eyes and not just with your ears. This is a topic that has been taught to me during med school all along, all my life. But even those people who have not undergone medical training, of course, when you undergo medical training, you are taught that when the moment the patient is walking in towards you, you start observing the gait, start observing the look on the patient's face, start observing how the patient is speaking to the nurse. Is the patient able to breathe while he's speaking or not? Is the patient absolutely silent due to extreme pain? So all these things, facial features, the way, the style that the patient is walking in, the fingers, the stains on the patient's clothes, all this we have to observe anyways. But even those people who have not undergone medical training, this is something that they should exercise as well. Many a times I have seen that we are confronted with people who are extremely rude, extremely rude, extremely disrespectful, extremely in a fight and flight mode. And they just come head on and without taking names of any nationalities, but everybody knows about that syndrome. And there actually is a name for it. And when people of that nationality behave in this way, this is said between us that, oh, it's that syndrome. It is understood that this is how they behave. But putting things aside, these kind of people are there in all nationalities, all over the world. What is to be noticed is what has led them to be this aggressive, to be this rude, to be this disrespectful. This is what we should find. Maybe they've had a hard time seeking help. Maybe they've had a hard time from their previous experiences. And all these things we don't know because we are the people who are confronting them for the first time. So I feel that in these kind of situations, kindness goes a long way. And if you are genuinely kind to them, their rudeness falls apart. Their veneer of this fight and flight mode, they have built this wall between yourself and themselves. It crumbles and they break down, and sometimes they tell you that last time this is what happened and this is what we have been through in life and this is why we are this way, and then the rest is self-explanatory. So this is my the topic for which has been given to me tonight is something that I closely relate to, and I would advocate this to everybody, to find ways, flexuous ways, to find meaning behind people's words. If they are rude to you, try to observe them. Try to observe their body language. Try to observe their background and where it's coming from. And I'm sure that there will be more knowledge that you will gain and more insight that you will gain into their personality and why their behavior and words are so. So God has given us these 5 senses. We should operate all 5, not just listen with our ears, observe with our eyes, and of course, greet them with people with open arms, and then see what their response is. The rest is, of course, it's up to the world. This is my take for tonight. A very good evening to everybody.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Really appreciate for your version, for your take. And thank you, Naveed, for giving a topic to Dr. Farida. Really appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we conduct our sessions and make it success. We listen to you. The reason we respect you, we seriously respect you because we want you to improve and because you help us improve in our life as well. This was 183rd session of Global Impromptu Speaking. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for thunderous round of applause for Dr. Farida for conducting this successful show with impressive topics. With that power vested in me as the host of this very meeting, I adjourn the meeting. Thank you so much. Stay blessed and bye-bye.